Alrighty, we're back after that short crash. I guess it's a good thing it happened at the beginning of stream. So, we're gonna start from the beginning. That short crash. And I hear my own voice. Shut that off. Alright, so, as if we just started the stream, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. It is April 4th, 2026. I was gonna say 2024. No, Mateo, 2024 was 2 years ago. 2026, 3:20 p.m. is the time, and what do we got here? Well, we've got this beautiful bird here, which we're going to learn today. And as you can see, I am not parked at a terminal. No, I'm parked at a remote stand, and that is for everyone's safety. Mateo, standard time strikes again. Yep, and my little computer crash. That's why the stream ended. We're not parked at a gate, and that's just for everybody's safety. Unless you bought a ticket and you're on this flight, then, well, you volunteered. So, that's... you don't count. This is the L-1011, which just released. And, I'm excited to try this. You know, I haven't felt this kind of excitement for an aircraft in a moment. Trijet. It's another Trijet. S-duct tail engine there, which is kind of cool. It's got a flight engineer panel. It's got an INS. It's also got steam gauges. So no screens for us today. Actually, you can put a GPS on there. But we're not going to play with the GPS. We're actually just going to do this the old school way. Now, I am anticipating that we're not going to take off for another 2 hours, because the next 2 hours is going to be me looking at everything and saying, I think I'm supposed to click that, and then realizing, no, I'm not supposed to click that, and I just activated the self-destruct button. So there you go. There is the aircraft for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. For those that use GSX, I have a link in the description. It should still be in the description. To the AnyBuilds website. Now, AnyBuilds has a profile, a GSX profile for this aircraft. If you want to get GSX working properly, you have to download one of those two profiles. They recommend the standard profile. But once you install that, GSX will start working. You've got 2-hour flight in the front end of your stream, anticipating just that, yeah. But, alright, well, let's take a look. The only thing I've done with this aircraft so far is a little test flight. I did a little test flight yesterday, and then I also went through a couple options just to make sure that everything else is working. So, I didn't really do anything else. As far as, like, exploring the aircraft and, like, turning it on and doing all that good stuff, I haven't done that. I actually did turn on the power. I only turned on the power because I needed to make sure my yoke was working and there was no way to do it without having the power on, so I did that. But let's step inside. Sadly, you can't walk inside the aircraft. It's not like the Phoenix A320. So we're just going to have to whoop into the cockpit, and here it is. Beautiful flight engineer panel right there. A whole mess of gauges, and my throttles are all the way on full power because I never moved them back. Look at this craziness. Is this stuff clickable? Oh, wow. Okay, so that stuff is all clickable. We've got steam gauges. We've got an INS, which is similar to the one on the 727, but it's different. And then we also have this, which the 727 does not have. This is where you put in all your flight data. That's like fuel planning, altitude planning, all that good stuff goes in here. And apparently, this aircraft is actually smart enough to follow this. I don't exactly know how this works. It might be this one. It might be this button that does that. But, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We've got a GPS right here, which I'm actually going to disable some stuff. Why don't we start by going into the settings? Settings. I think that's in menu. Oops. Oh, okay, good. Streamer mode is on for that. So let's go to the aircraft. You've got your weight units, performance mode, realistic parking brake, map display screen. Let's see if I turn that on. Ah, look at that. Okay, that's cool. So you've got that if you'd like to see a map of where you're going. You've got GPS. You could do it the old school way, VOR to VOR if you wanted to. No GPS, no INS, just radio frequencies, which that could be a little fun. Maybe we could try that. Then, of course, you've got the INS. We've already talked about that. If you've seen the 727 videos, you've, of course, seen that. If you don't want to play with the INS, you can just use a GPS. So that's another way to do it. Or if you'd like, you can use both. But today, for today's stream, we're just going to do the INS. We're not going to mess with the GPS. I don't even know how that GPS works. I do, however, know how the INS works. So over here, you've got your flight engineer panel, which has a whole bunch of buttons on it. The only thing I know is this over here. This is where you start your power. So we get the GPU, the ground power unit connected. I don't remember where the battery switches are. Exit power. I think we literally just flick that on, and then that turns on like that. I thought maybe there was a battery switch somewhere, but maybe I'm going crazy. Standby battery. Here we go. Battery is here, and then you've got your ground power switches there. Okay, so this is the only thing that I know. That's the only thing that I've messed with so far. But before, you know what? How about this? Why don't we get some power to the aircraft? Let's see. How do I do that? I go back to ground, and then we go to GPU, and we click on the square. All right. And you know what? I'm actually going to turn up the audio for the aircraft just so that we can kind of hear everything. The aircraft is loud. I believe that there are headphones that you can wear so that you can kind of dampen the audio. But all right, so we've got the GPU card on. It's literally just down there. Should be able to see it out the window here, or maybe not. It's down there yonder. Yeah, all right, so we put on the battery. Oh, we've got an airplane landing. Look at that. An Embraer, looks like. All right, so after we get the power on, then I think we literally just flick this one, and it makes a really cool sound. Listen to this. Oh gosh, my voice cracks. Makes a really nice sound. So there we go. We now have power. There we go. So there we go. We got power. Why don't we go explore the aircraft before we start messing with the flight deck and, you know, accidentally break everything? Because I have not explored this aircraft yet. It looks very high class, that's for sure. We've got alcohol in buckets. We've got French frauds, French fried potato snacks, okay? Ice. We've got Coca-Cola. Old Homestead. Okay. Oh, game, don't crash on me, thank you. Try these other Nabisco snacks too. Okay, cool. Now, we have an underground compartment on this aircraft that's like a fancy, it's like a fancy lounge, which is kind of interesting. We are going to explore that as well. Is that? That's nothing. Okay, can we open up the... Oh. Nope, I thought I could click on something. We can't open up the overhead compartments, unfortunately, which I gotta say, if this is the door for the compartment, that is huge. Absolutely huge. We've got the seatbelt signs, smoking signs, and we also have a life vest under seat sign. Interesting. All right, so here we go. This down here is the secret lounge. Apparently, apparently this is a thing in this aircraft, or was a thing in this aircraft. A secret lounge. I gotta wonder, how expensive was this in real life? Or was this just open to any passenger? Like, could all passengers come down here and chill? Or was this something you had to, like, pay extra for? This woman's like, my gosh, my husband just spent all of our money on this one flight. Got some magazines. Omega Constellation chronometers. Chronometer. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. Oh, what is this? A secret bathroom? Oh my, there's more stuff back here. I'm surprised I can't open that door. I'm actually surprised I can't open that door. I was genuinely expecting this to be empty. Wow, alright. We've got a little bit of everything in here. We've got phones. We have literal, like, phone booths, I'm assuming this is? Is this a phone booth? Is that literally a phone booth? Okay, I mean, does it say what this is? It doesn't say what this is. Okay, anything in here? Nope. We got the outside of the airplane. We've got somebody landing on the runway over there. We just missed him. If this is a phone booth, then that's a little crazy. Crew only. Oh, I wonder if the crew works down here. Maybe this is where the crew, like, stores, all the catering stuff. And then the crew takes it, like, upstairs, maybe. Maybe that's how this works? I'm not really too sure. Got a lot of alcohol in here, that's for sure. Alright, so there we go. You're in the galley. That's an elevator for food trays. Oh, like a dumbwaiter. Oh, okay, yeah. Right, and then you could probably just like... Oh yeah, look at this. It is I am here. Hello, passengers. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Alright, what else do we got? We've got... Are those like lights, maybe? I gotta say, this aircraft is so tall. Yeah, those look like they might be lights. Oh, is that a projector? Did they like display movies? If that's a projector and they're display, I'm assuming that's like a white background for a projector, right? That's insane. I never would have thought. That's kind of neat. All right. Can we open and close the blinds? We cannot open and close the blinds, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we can do no such things. Alright, and you know what's really crazy is this. I saw this in the release trailer. Okay, this is the moment of truth to define whether this DLC is better than the 727, which for those that have never seen the 727 freighter just had an update about a couple weeks ago, and they added a toilet that flushes. So, this is the moment where this DLC either becomes really good or falls really far down. We peek our heads inside. Oh, well. I can't open the door, but they have a bathroom modeled in. And unfortunately, you cannot flush the toilet. However, it's modeled in. So you get half points. You get half points. They're just missing the flushable toilet. And then this would officially become... Sorry, that was just terrible English. This would officially meet the 727 levels of detail. What is this? Nothing. Okay. What are you? You're just a window. Okay. Can I click on stuff? Cannot click on anything. Okay. So I was really concerned for a moment that we were going to go into this DLC already knowing it's not fully modeled. You can't have a good DLC without toilets modeled in. Bonus points if they're flushable. So far, 727's the only one to check all those boxes. Can I click on this stuff? I cannot click on this stuff. Okay. Sorry if I'm being weird, but it's okay. All right. So, I guess we'll try. There's so many phones in this aircraft. It almost feels like it's the 1970s trying to be like the 2020s. Okay, I'm assuming. I don't know. Well, okay, I'm guessing this was for crew. Like, only the crew members could use this. Are you old enough to have been on a plane when they had those projectors and everyone watched the same movie? No, probably not. Let's put it this way. The year I was born, they got rid of all the cool aircrafts. Okay? They were like, Mateo's born, we're going to get rid of all the really cool airplanes. Concorde's going to retire. Delta's going to retire their 727s. United's going to retire their 727s. Let me just, like, cough real quick. Your very first flight there was? Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, we explored the gallery and the cabin. Aircraft has 50% credit for modeled-in bathrooms. I have not seen an aircraft with a projector, so probably not, considering they got rid of most of the cool old aircrafts the same year I was born, because everything that was cool was like, we're retiring! He's alive now! Alright, so Man, there is a storm outside. It was so sunny earlier today. And it's like the moment I go live, it's like, wait, we're going to start storming and raining. Alrighty. So let's start setting up the aircraft. I have never done this before, so we're going to be here for a minute. Oh yeah, by the way, something else that we have is, if I'm not mistaken, oh my god, it is getting a little windy out here. In the event that it starts raining, I may have to leave abruptly. We're about to have a storm later today. Yeah, see, it's like the world is like, Mateo's going live. Let's mess everything up. Your first flight would have been in 2002. You believe it was the 767-200 Air Canada? Nice. Nice. All right. Let's import this from SimBrief. I think I imported this from SimBrief. Is that... How do I know that that's working? Is that working? Hold on. How do I know that this is working? Let me, real quick, let me double check that I have my, let me double check to make sure that I've got my everything. Right, it's because I need to put in SimBrief ID. Okay. Alright, let me see if I can import this now. There we go. Okay. It turns out I need my ID, not my username. Because for some reason, in some aircrafts, it's like, put your username. Other ones, it's like, put your ID. Some aircrafts, it's like, put both. Alright. So allegedly, we're loaded with cargo now. Unfortunately, we do not have modeled passengers. There aren't any modeled passengers in this aircraft, but that's okay. All right, so I am actually going to turn the game audio down a little bit, just so that we can kind of, just that the game audio is not overly loud. All right, so where do I even start with this aircraft? Where do I even start? I want to get some lights on. How do I do such things? Maybe I arm emergency lights. There we go. I maybe arm standby power. Engine start both. Okay. So those are the engine start switches. Anti-skids off. Compass is whatever. Wipers are off. Cabin telephone, okay. Oh, panel lights. There we go. Did that... Oh, do we... Oh, I wonder if... Oh, crap. Maybe I don't want to do that. Wait, did that... Oh. Okay, yeah. So that's turning that on. That's not bright at all. Monitor volume. Maybe it's down here somewhere. So that's that. That's gonna be that. Gonna be ILS and nav frequencies. That is the squawk code radios, which now that I have... Okay, I need to get tuned off of this frequency, because for some reason the game's like, you are tuned to the Cleveland radio. Engine instruments, bright. Let's turn that to bright. Let's turn that to bright. Is that lighting anything up? I think that's lighting that up, isn't it? Did that light that up? Yes, I think that lit that up. I can't tell what's lit up and what's not. All right, I'm gonna move. What variant of the L-1011 is this? Does it have all three? I'm not sure what it has actually. Let me see. So it's got 2 variants as far as I know. Let's see. Any builds? I don't know. It doesn't say which one it is. It doesn't say which one it is. It comes with 2 variants, though. It has, like, a standard cabin variant, and then it has the variant which includes the fan. Oh, I can't go through the floor. It has the. This is the variant that includes the underground, like, secret lounge. I chose that one because I thought it would be interesting, but I don't exactly know which number. All right, where? Let there be lights. Chaos lights. Lights. Warnings. Oh. Yes, warnings. For those that have never heard that, that is the overspeed. Cabin pressure, unsafe landing. Unsafe takeoff. Flaps. There you go. There's all the warnings tested. Okay, so let there be light. I don't know where lights are in this thing. That's not a light. Oh, no, that's electricity. Oh my. Okay. Oh, wait, maybe down here? Here we go. Look at this. There we go. Turn that all the way up. Turn all of these lights bright. Make them all... Ooh. I just clicked a button. I don't know what that button did. There we go. Man, that is dark. Those are real dark. All right, I don't need Beyond DTC open. All right, so... okay. Though that's not... oh, here we go. Nope, that's just the compass. How do I turn this one on, then? Oh, here we go. Overhead and panel. Let there be light. Wow, that's so dark. It's almost like I don't have them on at all. All right, so let's see if we can figure out how to set this up, shall we? Load sheet. Ah, here we go. So the cool thing about this, we've got a paper tablet, which is kind of cool. It's just like the 727 in that regard. And this one has all your information on here. So when you import it via SimBrief, you can open up the OFP page, and then you can see all of your waypoints. Now, I wish I could draw on this. There's 2 ways to set up the INS. You can either hit this, send to INS, and it will automatically load everything here. Or you can manually type in the codes. So I kind of wish I could draw on this. For those that have seen me fly the 727, what I like to do is write numbers next to my waypoints. And that just helps me for when I'm doing this to kind of like figure out what waypoint is what. Because you can only put in 9 waypoints on this thing. And it doesn't exactly tell you what waypoint is what. All right, so how does one start this thing? Okay. How does one start this? Mateo doesn't know how to start this. Okay. Wait, right, maybe? Is there a start button, maybe? Okay. Is there a break? Oh! Maybe that? I thought maybe that would do it. Alright, let me see. The battery is on. So that is set to that. Auxiliary power. Do not relamp with power on, okay? hydraulic system. So that's the hydraulic system. Cross bleeds. Oh, so that's probably the engines, isn't it? That's the engine stuff. Standby power is not on. Okay. Here, let me double check something. I meant to download this before I started stream. I meant to download this because, like I said before I started stream, I figured that this was not going to be an easy aircraft to learn. So, why don't we take a look at the manual real quick? Alright, so here's the TriStar manual. Photosensitive seizure warnings. Alright, change log, any builds, blah, 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 blah. Aircraft selections and liveries checklists. So that's just the change log about aircraft selections, yada, yada, yada. Checklists, okay. Maximum takeoff weight. Oh, specifications. Cockpit layout. Here we go. Glare shield main panel lights is 1. Oh. Oh. Well, that would have been helpful 2 seconds ago. Okay. What happens if I click that? I'm clicking that and I don't exactly know what it does. Okay. GPWS warning lights. Clock is number 3. Instruments, blah, blah, blah. Primary flight navigation instruments is 7. Okay, that's that one there. Nav radios, autopilot flight director system is 11. Okay. Okay, I see. Alright, yep. Flight directors are there. We've got... Oh, that's the nav stuff. Oh, okay, so that must not be what I was thinking it was. Okay, never mind. Radios. Oh! Okay, well that's a little bit interesting. Alright, how do I turn you on? I don't know how to turn you on. All right, we're ending up off on. We're starting off fantastically. Do they not have like just an on switch or something? Let's see. Is there frequencies that yada yada? Don't care. All right. Overhead panel. Oh, right. So, I have it set to instant. I need to go... Yes. Set it to standby. There we go. I remember. The moment that I saw INS mode selector, I immediately remembered. Okay, now we can just throw away the manual. So, I think I have it set to instant, don't I? If I go back to the menu here and I go to aircraft, INS alignment time is instant. So I've got that set to instant. You can set it to fast or realistic. We'll just have it on instant for the time being. Flight engineer voice, rattles, all that good stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so this is where we can start putting in our waypoints. So I am going to put in the airports. I'm going to put in the airports waypoint. I'm gonna actually write this down. So for those that have never seen me mess around with the flight plans, there is an airplane landing to the right. I like to write on these. So this is going to be the position, and that's going to be waypoint 1, or sorry, 0. Waypoint 1, waypoint 2, 3, which actually, let me take a look. Is there a map on? I don't think there's a map on this. No, there's not a map on this. So let me just take a look at my waypoints real quick, and then maybe we can kind of get an idea of what we're doing. So Duffy. Now, after we get to Duffy, I don't necessarily have to put in all of these waypoints. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put in Duffy, Logger, and Detmer. So Detmer can be number 3. And then from Detmer, we will skip down to Redzon, RDZON. And then from there, we will go down to Browns. Browns will be 5. And then Teriyaki can be 6. Teriyaki can be 6. What are you? You are Leroy. Leroy can be 7. And then Cleveland can be 8. So there we go. I like to do this because it makes it easier to know what waypoint is what if I have it in the INS. Now, I do know that there is drifting. So perhaps the INS drifting and all that good stuff, this might hurt me later down the road. But we're going to just set it up like this to make it easier for this first flight. All right, so let's see if I can set up this INS. All right, so let's take a look at the position. So the position for Chicago is north 41586. Insert west 87545. 87. Oh, I wonder if I was to put in the 0. I'm not supposed to put in the 0, I don't think. 87545. I probably could have put in the 0. It's okay. Are you gonna work? Oh, you're not gonna work. Okay. Okay, so I actually have to put in the 0. 087545. Insert. Voila, there we go. And now the position of the airport is in, essentially. Okay, I'm guessing it's because we have the doors open that I can hear everything. All right, so assuming that this has aligned, if I could ever find what I was looking for, assuming that this has aligned. Oh, wait a minute. Put that to align. How do I know when this is aligned? Perhaps it's instant. All right, perhaps it's instant. All right, yeah, I think it's instant. So now what I can do is I can go to waypoint, and I can go to waypoint 1. And now we can start putting in all of our waypoints, just as I have drawn them up on the screen here. So it is so loud, I am closing this door. Okay, I think that's a sound bug. I heard V1 simulations talking about it. Yeah, I think that might be a sound bug. Or maybe it's because we have the doors open. I don't know. All right. So, 1 is going to be north 42067. West 086067. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, 1 and then 2. All right, it's just double checking to me. That's so loud. All right, I'm gonna turn flight sim down. I'm gonna turn flight sim down because for some reason there is no like audio padding in this aircraft at all. All right, north is going to be 42087. West 86067. Oh, and I did not put in the 0. Oh, this is going to destroy me every time. 808667. what? Why are you like that? Did I put that in the wrong one? I might have put that in the wrong one. Okay, number 1 should be 087038. Insert that. No, that's 0. Oh, okay. It's fine. I'm just this is backwards to the 727, I think. That's why it's messing me up. 86067. There we go. I'm gonna sneeze. All right, 3. 3 is going to be 42071. 071 4271. 42071 42071. Insert that. West 0 85056. Insert. 4 is all the way down here, and that's going to be north 41579er. 0. Oops. West 0 8212 8. Insert. 5 41512. West 0 Okay, that one's wrong. It needs to be west 8246. Shoot. 082468. There we go. 6 is going to be north 41430 0 81550. No. I hit the wrong button. 41430. Insert west 081550. Insert 7. 7 is going to be 41735. 41735. 41735. West 81. No. 081 434. Insert 8. North 41246. West 0 81 51 3. 81 51 3. Insert. All right, and there we go. The INS is done. So that is all the glorious stuff into the INS. All right, cool. So, well, why don't we... You know what? I'm not even going to worry about catering and doing GSX and all that stuff today. We will do pushback and everything, but I'm just going to see if we can get this aircraft started up now. Well, it is so loud. Is there, like, no... Okay, maybe I just need to turn my audio down. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at the load sheet. Total fuel's 39.2. EPR. Well, isn't that kind of neat? Oh, I don't know if I meant to do that. Oh, that's going to automatically set that for me. Okay, that's kind of nice. Flaps 10. So flaps 10 for takeoff. Temperature is 9 degrees. EPR is going to be How does one do you? Oh gosh. Oh. Oh, I don't know what I clicked or why I clicked that. So the GMT time is entered. Oh, so the GMT is, oh yeah, okay, I'm done. Let's see, what time is it in Zulu? My brain is just not functioning. 1958 UTC. 1958 UTC, okay, step trim's 4.5. 9 degrees is the temperature. Fuel is gonna be, let's see, let me just take a look at it. I should have the fuel up in here, right? Total fuel's 39.2. 39. There we go, 39.2. Gross weight is going to be 342.5. All right, so 3425. Oh, 342. I guess I'll do 3423. There we go. Genuinely, I have no idea what this is doing. Okay. Is that enough fuel? How much fuel are we getting? 39,000. Okay. Hello, 787. Okay. All right, cool. SAT. Now the SAT is going to be statistic air temperature in degrees Celsius. So that would be 9 degrees, I'm assuming. What? Hello? No. Oh, I see. Oh, that's a minus symbol. How do I put a positive? No. How does one put a positive? Why? You know what? We'll just say it's 8 degrees and we will put that. Okay, I guess we'll just say that that's 8 degrees. I thought that there was some... Here we go. Okay, okay, so... Alright, let's take a look at our flight plan real quick. Man, that is some interesting stuff here. Okay, so where are we getting to cruise? Wow, we're flying at 370? Okay. 370. I'm guessing I'm just going to type it like that. Distance is going to be... Let's do some math real quick. So I think literally what I do to get this, it should be 124. I think. Okay. Speed, I would say... Here, let me, I wonder something. So what I have pulled up on the side, I have the manual still pulled up on the side, and I'm just... Oh, bottom of descent altitude. Oh. Bottom of descent altitude. What does that mean? Bottom of descent distance. What? Bottom of descent altitude. Okay. Oh. Wait, so does it want me to put that number in maybe? Sorry, not that number that I just did. Does it want me to put in this number then? 4,400. Or would it rather I put in that number? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure which number's supposed to go in there. Okay, you know what? Okay, we will put in bottom of descent altitude's 4,400. But that's really far away. Bottom of descent altitude. Okay, oh my. All right, well, maybe it is in fact for... Maybe it is that number, and then in which case that would be 250. Okay. Perhaps it'd be like that. Alright, perhaps it'd be like that. I know it's not 124. Shoot. Alright. I can't type anything in there. Climb manual. Top of climb. Oh, shoot. Why can't I write anything on there? Why... Why is that not showing anything there? Okay, I don't know why that's not showing anything there. Okay. Step in time. Top of descent 0 nautical miles. Do I really have to calculate all that? Oh. Maybe it'd be up in here. Landing elevation, runway conditions dry. Okay. Well, I'm not going to have any of that information. Oh, well, look at that. We have a map. Well, that's actually kind of nice. Okay, okay, maybe I'm ready to go. I don't really know, if I'm honest. Okay. Perhaps I'm ready to go? Let me see. Is there anything more about this? Alright, so descent speed schedule. Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to do that yet. Body speed displays, body speed entered value, flight plan setup, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's descent. Okay. 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 Sure, Jan. Sure, Jan. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You know what? We're gonna get the stairs away because I feel better having the stairs away. Goodbye to you. And I'm going to see if I can figure out this a little bit. So that is the course. Set altitude. Do I really have to go in hundreds? Jerks, welcome in. You're moving pretty quickly today. If you saw my face right now, if you saw my face right now, I'm confused at what I'm doing. I'm putting in information. Unfortunately, the manual isn't really explaining what exactly the number is. So we've got bottom altitude. It doesn't so show it. It's okay, I have taken a picture. Although next we have to start the engines, and we all know how how that track record is. Yeah, well, so hold on a second. Let me just cough to death. So, talking about the engines, I did test the engines to make sure that they run. I didn't start them. I took off from a runway. I spawned myself on a runway and I took off. Lo and behold, the same issue we had with the McDonnell Douglas 82, same issue with that aircraft was in this aircraft. I went to go throttle up the engines, and right as I started throttling up, engine 1 just died completely. And it turns out that the mixture keybind was affecting this aircraft as well. So it should be we should actually like start the engines this time. I don't exactly know how to do that. All right, I'm assuming that this is fine. Sometimes you hate rum. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna request. Oh, maybe. Can you? I was gonna say chair vehicles. Stair vehicles. Can you get out of my face? How many buttons do you want? Yes. Exactly. This is gonna be interesting because there's a whole bunch of stuff here and I don't have the flow for this yet. What is this? That doesn't do anything. I don't know. That's probably a good thing. Information. Wastewater. Okay. Can you guys go bye-bye? You're stressing me out, stair vehicles. Go bye-bye. I don't want you anymore. What do you mean forward mid? I closed forward mid. You also see some double buttons. There's a lot of double buttons. Can you all go bye-bye? I think they're going bye-bye. Yes, they're going bye-bye. Okay. Okay, I think I might be ready to go. We've got that set to 10,000. Heading is set to that. I don't know. I'm going to set this to 250. Now, we got auto throttle. We also have IAS hold. Now, this button here, I think, will have the aircraft follow this. But, oh, I'm getting pulled back by a magnetic force. Okay, there we go. We're fine now. If I understand correctly, this button, which I have no idea what it stands for, follows this. It's not going to follow that because I don't know what the heck I put in here. I put numbers. I put numbers, and yeah. Okay, so, well, why don't we see if we can get this thing started, shall we? Logo lights can go on. We are going to turn on the anti-collision lights as well as the position lights. Which, cool. And, we're going to see if we can get this thing started. Look, there we go. I can now set that to nav mode, and in theory, we should follow the INS when we take off. Why is the rum gone? The rum is gone because the guy who was sitting in the back, he took it down to the secret underground lounge, which there's a stairway right there that leads to the underground lounge, and we haven't been able to find it since. Actually, we haven't found him since. So the story of the lost bottle of rum is forever a legend. We don't know. Okay, so time to figure out this monstrosity. Engine bleeds. So this is all of this stuff. I'm thinking that these are probably pack switches. No, I don't think these are not pack switches. Maybe pack switches. There's no like key. Okay, so that's all hydraulic stuff. I don't know if I really need that. If I click that up, is it gonna start the APU maybe? Oh, you thought you drank it all? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Mateo, you have the manual. Why don't you read it? All right, auxiliary power unit. Ooh, that is pixelated. The auxiliary power unit provides electrical pneumatic power for ground operations. The flight engineer panel. Oh, that's the APU stuff. Flight engineer lower panel APU control. Tachometer indicates gas turbine pressure or speed. NG test button, when pressed and held, drives the tachometer pointer to the 3 o'clock position. Okay. Fault lights. Don't load the N2 turbine. The N2 turbine is outside the correct operating band. APU generator fuel trips are open. See, these are like checklists, I think. You're on your second bottle? To start the APU pressure... Oh, here we go. Bleed air controls. The bleed air supply from the APU to the pneumatic system. The valve is armed to open when there is sufficient APU bleed pressure. Normal position for APU shutdown or when the pneumatic source is supplying bleed air. Okay. To start, the start switch initiates the APU start. To start the APU, press and hold it until doors in transit illuminates, and then release the switch. Okay. So the APUs are here. And essentially what we do is we literally just hold this. Until doors in transit illuminates. Watch it not illuminate. Oh, I thought I saw it turn on. How long? Is that... Wait a minute. Do I have to have it on... Oh! There we go. Voila! APU is starting. How can you do all this stuff, but simple things you can't? Tricks. Aviation is weird. It's like people who are afraid of heights normally are not afraid of heights when they're in an aircraft. Is that starting, or did that just immediately shut off? Oh! Well, I think the APU... Oh, no, you're fine, Trix. So, I think the APU is doing APU things. There's no exhaust to this, though. I was trying to see if I could see, like, exhaust coming out and then kind of confirm, hey, it's, you know, actually doing what it's meant to. So I'm assuming that the APU is on now. Okay, so APU's on. I think. Okay, auto fire shutdown controls the arming of the APU auto fire shutdown in flight. Oh gosh, I did not read that properly. Auto fire shutdown controls the arming of the APU auto fire shutdown in start. LCH normal position. The system is armed provided the APU master power switch is on. System is disarmed on the ground. The system is armed regardless of the switch position provided the APU master switch is on. Armed illuminates when the system is armed. It is armed. Compressor mode selector. Minimum mode. Normal position for APU start and shutdown. Small bleed air demands. That is this. Normal mode position when there is high air demands, i.e. operating either ATM. Max mode only used for abnormal abnormal situations. Selector is spring-loaded out of that position. Stop button shuts the APU down. Oh, that right there. Okay. APU master switch is 13. Which we already have that on. Am I running on APU power? I'm a little scared to, like, turn that off. Okay. Hot air. RAM auto. I think maybe I turn that on. Where are the start switches, by the way? Start switches are... That's the... Oh, is that fuel and ignition? Oh. Wait, are we running? Oh, I am running on APU power. Okay, I think I'm running on APU power now. Okay. Apparently, I'm running on APU power now. That's a little scary. Okay. Okay. I kind of wish there were more lights here to tell me, like, what's going on. So many of these lights are, like, not very bright. Alright, so PAX control. I'm gonna assume that those are all on. Okay. Where's the cabin pressure? Oh, look at this. Oh, man. I gotta put this all the way up to 37. So that's kind of nice. It's a little more automated than it is on the 727. 727, you've got to do this number, the cabin pressure, and the flight altitude. Cabin altitude and the flight level. It's two completely different numbers. But this one has it all as one, which is kind of nice. Baro set. Okay. You know what? For the funs of it, let me see if I can start up an engine. So... Wait. Alright, hold on. You know what? Let's not mess this up. Thank you, Trix. Alright, let me see if I can figure out engine start. APU starting, yada yada. Oh, here we go. APU is required if the APU master switch is on. Bleed air something O switch off. Unlatched. Maybe I want that on... Oh, wait. Bleed air switch... I'm going to assume that closed is what I want. It says unlatched. Compressor mode selector minimum. One tank boost on. Okay. Engine... Oh, here we go. Ah, okay. So... Let's try that one, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe it wants that to be open. Am I not on APU power? That is making me a little bit nervous. Okay. Air conditioning, fuselage isolation switch, latch, yada, yada, yada. Is there no engine start thing? Ground start switches commence the engine start sequence and arm the high energy ignition systems. Valve open illuminates when the switch is pressed. At normally 46 and 3, the valve open light extinguishes. Okay. Oh. Wait, maybe that's not the button I want to click. Excuse me. Unless, maybe I don't need to click that. Windmill air start switches. And both energy ignition systems are energized when the fuel and ignition switches are turned on. Okay, I want cross feeds open. Shut off fuel pressure. There's no pressure going to those engines. Or at least there's not. When I clicked that, that didn't change. Okay. See, that's why I'm almost thinking maybe I'm not on APU power. But then again, that does look like I am. And the aircraft is still on as far as I can tell. It's just making no noise. Okay, I guess we'll keep that on auto. Maybe I don't want these on. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do. Engine, something valve, high pressure, yada yada. Okay. Maybe I do want them on. Alright, that's all just anti-ice stuff. Call cabin interface. Ground start, assist air start. Oh! Is engine doing engine things? Engine does not appear to be doing engine things. No, the engine is not doing engine things. Although, oh, maybe that? Maybe then I push that? Okay, maybe not. See, I can't tell if what I'm hearing... See, considering that those are blocked leads me to Hold on, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, never mind. Doug is just playing in the other room. Alright. So that's not it. There's obviously something that I am missing, which... Low pressure. Oh. Auxiliary power units. Oh my gosh. That scared me, by the way. Why did that scared me? So that's all I had to do. Oh, you... See, I knew I wasn't on APU power. I was like, the aircraft is a little quiet. Mateo, you big dum-dum. All right. So now that that is doing that, why are you open? Look at that. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to open up that one. Do I want to close all these, though? No, those are for the engines. Okay, so I don't want to close these ones, because these ones are for the engines. Got it, got it, got it, got it. And now, that still says low pressure. Do not relamp with power on. Okay. Oh, okay, so let's see if maybe the engines will start now. Maybe not. I don't know what I clicked, but I clicked that. Okay, I guess I clicked something. I don't know what that does. All right, let's try this again. Do I have to have that on, maybe? Can't tell if that's doing it. No, it's not doing it. Miranda, welcome in. You just got back from flight school. Nice. Hopefully you had a good time. All right, so that's not doing anything there. We are learning yet another new aircraft. And, well, I'm having to learn all this. So, it has been an interesting ride. It has been an interesting ride. Valve open illuminates when the switch is pressed. At approximately 46 N3, the valve open light extinguishes. Wait, no, I don't think that's what I want to click. Is that doing anything? I don't think that's doing anything. I don't think that's doing anything. Okay, that's not doing anything. So there is something over here that I am missing. Maybe I have to have... See, I thought that when I clicked that button, all that illuminated. I thought that I was like, hey, maybe I did something with my life. And it's like, no, you didn't do anything with your life. You just clicked a button and it illuminated and things flashed. Cargo heat. Okay. All these things just make a plane fly. Exactly. In the olden days. Okay. All right. Let's let me take a look at the page, the table of contents real quick. Let me see if I can find the engine start, cockpit layout, other controls, flight bag, page 9. Which, I mean, there's way more than 9 pages on there. Let's see. Let's take a look at packs. Okay, air conditioning. The air conditioning system provides complete control of the temperature in the cockpit, cabin, and cargo holds, and electronic centers. Air is supplied by the pneumatic systems via 3 packs. The temperature control system, hot air distribution. The temperature control system modulates the ram air doors and turbine bypass valves to achieve the coldest required temperature for the aircraft. Hot air is then added to the cabin via the hot air distribution system. Hot air distribution system receives hot air from pack 2 and 3 and is mixed with the primary cool air before being delivered to the applicable zone. Okay, flight engineer panel, okay. Duct overlights, engine high pressure valve switches is 2. So that would be up there. 1 and 2. Duct overheat light, and then number 2, high pressure valve switches. That's this one right here. The valve is closed and off, illuminates. Normal position, FB illuminates and indicates that the valve is open. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. All right. Engine isolation switches regulates the bleed air from engine into the pneumatic manifold. Manifold. That's number 3. That's that one right there. That's that one just there. 4, duct pressure indicator is 4. That's that one right there. Now that's showing 50. Fuselage isolation valve switch connects or isolates engine 2 APU bleed 6. Which I think is this one. Okay. Valve is closed. Normal position indicates the valve is open. Okay. Cross-bleed valve switches connects and isolates pneumatic manifolds. Yep, I think I turned that one on. Number 7. That one appears to be on. Pack flow control switches. I think that's what I need. Now that's 8. Now 8 is... oh. Maybe. But that might just be for the engines, isn't it? FB indicates that the control flow... flow control valve is open and packs operate. On an FB extinguished, the valve is closed and automatically due to overheat. The flow control valves... Oh, I see. Turbine bypass valve ram air door position indicator indicates the position of the turbine bypass valve ram air door position. Valve closes towards the cooler position. I think I have to have the auto on off. So auto illuminates turbine bypasses switches. Ram doors modulate to achieve required temperature. Ram doors do not modulate automatically and have to be adjusted using the cool and warm switches. Okay. Pack manual. My mouse is okay. Fine. Manual pack control. Pack manual control cool and warm switches. Used for manual temperature. Controls when the pack auto and manual switch is set to MNL or manual. Cool and warm switches must be pressed and held until the desired turbine bypass valve and ram air door positions are achieved. Ram air pointer moves towards cooler position when the full is that a comma? That's a period. When the full cool position is reached, turbine bypass pointer starts moving towards the cooler position. Yada yada yada. Okay, hot air, blah 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 blah. Ground control switch permits faster warm-up of cold-soaked aircraft. Overheat, loop, blah, blah, blah. Zone trim. Here we go. Upper. I think this is what I need. Where are you? You are somewhere. You are somewhere. Status. There's a thing that says status on it. Here you are. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's this one right here. I will try and get this into a spot where you can actually see it. Ah! Not mean to click that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 MNOP, whatever, yeah. Pack flow indicator, air output rate of selected pack is number 1. Okay, so that's like set to 0. Pack selector selects individual packs for temperature indication. ECS temperature indicator indicates that the temperature at the selected location using the ECS temperature selector. ECS temperature selector, normal position, ACM discharge. Select the location's temperatures displayed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Overboard cooling selector. Normal position, open gallery overboard valve. Arms both avionic compartment valves to open. Closes all valves and illuminates. Okay. Yeah, but that doesn't help anything with the pressure. Okay, but that doesn't help anything with that. Ignition temperature rise. Electrical. Oh, here we go. This might be important. I'm also going to move this microphone. Oh, I already have it stretched as far as I can have it stretched. All right. Release normal position. Okay, so there's a whole lot of stuff here. Up there. All right, so this is the electric, yeah? And according to this, that's not the right page. We've got one, which is that one. And just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, okay, because that makes sense. Yeah, 1, 2. Oh, wow, okay, never mind. There's no flow to that. Press indicates that the temperature rising between ignition oil inlet and oil outlet. This is indication to how hard the ignition, I'm assuming, no, that's not IDG. That's not IDG. Okay, never mind. That's not at all IDG. Yeah, okay, so press indicates the temperature rises, blah, 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 blah. IDG temperature rise displays that all IDG oil outlet temperatures or the temperature rises between, okay, yeah, it's just yada yada switches. Disengage switches, gallery power switches, generator switches. Generator field switches to close automatically as required. Pressing this switch opens the generator field. Diff illuminates when the fault is detected. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Ground service switch, which was this one, I believe. APU generator supplies only the ground service bus. Off, ground service bus connected to the number 1 load bus. Exit power, external power supplies all ground service bus. Okay. And then we had the exit power on and off. We already had that. DC bus isolation switch. Okay, yada yada, but that's for the engines. Standby power light. Yada yada yada. Eyebrow panel. Standby power switch. We already have that armed. Fire protection. Glare shields. Flight engineer upper panel. This is just fire stuff, isn't it? Fire detection. Yep, fire detection. Bell cutouts. Yep, already looked at all that good stuff. Lower panel fuel system. Okay, that's all those switches, and then a whole bunch of stuff down there. Normal position indicator, quantity, yada, yada, yada. Tanks 1 and 3 transfer switches. Fuel transfer from tank 1 to 3. Okay, that's not what I need in life. Okay. Startup. Here we go. Pre-flight procedures. Start up. But this is just checklists. Bypassing a waypoint. Ground start release switch. Pressing the switch de-energizes the start system. Push illuminates while the ground start switch is on. Ground start... Wait, what? Continuous ignition. And both low-energy ignition systems are energized. Both low-energy ignition systems are energized when the fuel and ignition switches are turned on. Out de-energizes both... okay. Ground start release. Pressing the switch de-energizes the start system. Ground start switches commences the engine start sequence. Huh? Ground start switches commences... That's... Oh. All right, hold on. So, do I want that on? Do I want to then turn that on? And then have that on? Maybe not. Oh, look at that. Engine number 3 has been born. I don't know if I'm supposed to put the fuel to it. Well, engine number 3, engine number 3 is doing engine things. Ladies and gentlemen, we have power. Engine number 3 is alive. Okay, that could have been a lot easier. Now, does that stay on? I'm assuming that that's not supposed to stay on, right? All right, so we did that. If I turn... Okay, I'm guessing that those are on now. There we go. Engine number 2 is firing up. Whew! Now, I am curious. Is engine number 2 animated? It would make sense why it's not. It's animated. All right, and now we can get fuel to engine number 2. That was really easy. So, okay, so I don't remember anything that I've done here. I don't know. And okay, so look at that. Engine number 3 is now producing power. Engine number 2 is starting still. And then I literally just shut that off. Shut that off, and then you start engine 1. We'll wait for that to stabilize. Okay. There we go. And now engine number 1 should be starting. There we go. Engine number 1 is starting. That engine is animated. I was half expecting it not to be. All right, let's get fuel to the engine. And now the engine will start up the rest of the way. Cool. All right, there we go. And engine number 3 is on. I'm assuming I can now turn that off. Okay. 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 I guess the engines are started. Now, what does that say? That says armed. Do I need to have I don't think I need to really have that on anymore, do I? Is that what I needed in life? Why am I not sure about this? Why don't I feel good about this? Because I feel like I should be hearing more noise, and I'm not. All that stuff is on auto. I'm going to turn off the APU because I'm assuming I don't need it anymore. Okay, I'm assuming that I'm on APU power now. Or not APU power. I'm assuming that these engines are producing power, right? Although the fact that that's showing 0 is a little bit concerning to me. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, see? Yeah, those are producing power. Okay. I'm going to turn all this stuff on as well. Okay. And I guess we're going to try and take off. This is going to be a little scary. Moment of truth, I guess. And also what I am going to do before we get into this, I do want to get my screen recorder on. So let me get that on real quick. Flight recorder. That way we can have a recording of the flight. Okay, so I think we're ready to go, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll just go. I didn't even get start clearance. All right. Am I even going to bother using Beyond ATC? Maybe I shouldn't even bother. You know what? I'm not going to bother using Beyond ATC. Oh, I didn't mean to just turn off Beyond ATC. I'm not going to bother using Beyond ATC for this one. We're just not going to bother, and we're... Oh, I have my parking brake on. There we go. Okay, and now I need to set that...
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10. Flaps 10, what did I say the trim setting was? Trim setting was... Yada, yada, yada. Trim setting was a number that I don't have. Trim... Oh, stab trim is 450. So I can just not do that. All right. I can just... Okay, I guess I'm going to have to do this by hand. 450, so about right there. All right, let's go. Look, y'all, we're moving. This aircraft is really quiet. Do I have the whatchamacallits on? We're just going to take off down that runway. I don't know what runway I'm going to. There we go. I want to have noise cancellation off. All right. I need to get some other things on here. If I was a seatbelt sign, where would I be? If I was a seatbelt sign, where would I be? Obviously, in the place that the pilots cannot see me. Wait, what the heck? Oh. Oh, I hope that that's... Oh, Oh, okay, never mind. Mateo, you're fine. Where is seatbelt signs? Maybe seatbelt signs don't exist back in the day. Seatbelt signs might not exist back in these days. Maybe it's like right in front of my face and I'm not seeing it. You know what? It's fine. All right, let's go. What runway am I taking off from? That runway right there. Not this runway here. All right, we will just drive across the... Let's listen to the engine sounds, shall we? It might be a little loud. Is that set properly, by the way? I'm getting a whatchamacallit. I don't know. Okay. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, you ready for nothing? All right, let's do this. First takeoff. Oh, I need to click. I don't know what this button does, but I need to click that because it turns that off. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. First takeoff in an L-1011. Let's listen to the engine sounds and then we'll get back in the cockpit. Engines are very loud. I'm gonna turn the game down. I don't know if you can. I don't know how loud it is on stream. Let's go. Moment of truth, I guess.
80 knots.
And I am recording as well, so we are going to have a replay once we get to Cleveland.
V1.
Rotate before V1. All right, we're up. Wow, that was
Positive rate of climb.
positive rate gear up.
Gear up.
Wow, that was smooth. All right, and we are taking off. Of course, we're taking off in a cloud, because why wouldn't we be? If I turn auto throttle on, that should, in theory...
Flap 0.
Oh gosh, I am in the clouds. All right, we're gonna keep that at 250. I'm descending right now. I'd like to start climbing. I have no idea where I am. Holy moly. Okay, so, I don't know why it hasn't aimed that way. In theory, my route should actually be off to the right. Can I see this on here, by the way? I can't. Oh, INS. There we go. I want to have that set to INS. I want to have that set to INS. Okay, so... I don't know why you're not. Oh my gosh, that... I forgot to turn on the takeoff lights. Awful pilot I am. Is there a way? What did I say we're at? We're at 37,000, I think. Holy crap. We're just taking off like a rocket, aren't we? Alright, I'm using that map as a... Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna set that to there. Have that set to VNav, I guess. I mean, we're alive. We're alive. That's not a terrible thing. Although the fact that that's not... Oh, shoot. I don't know what I just did. Uh-oh. I don't know why. Oh, shoot. Do I have to have all those set to nav? Why is that saying 0, 0? There we go. Okay. Okay. Are we climbing, by the way? Very slowly. I didn't want to have that set to there. Oh, crap. You don't see you on FS Hub map today? Right, I totally forgot to put myself on there. Hold on, let me... You'll see me in just a moment. We had a failing transponder, apparently. All right, there we go. I should now be on the FS Hub map. All right, I'm going to stop that recording. I'm going to save this. There we go. I don't even know where I'm going. Okay, how do I get this thing to follow? Oh, there we go. I think we're about to follow the INS. Okay, I have it set to IAS hold now. Why do I feel like that's not doing anything? Did I just enter? Oh, it was doing something. Oh, shoot. That's not at all what I meant to do. Okay, whatever. I will have that set to 4,000. We're climbing. Hey, everybody. None of our lights are on. Okay, logo lights can go off. Strobes can go on because I completely forgot to do that. Well, as I can't believe we're alive right now, and I can't believe we're sort of following the flight plan. Well, let's go into the cabin real quick and just kind of see how everybody's doing. You know, this stream has literally just been me saying the entire time. Which I gotta say, that right there is a beautiful sight. Can I actually go out? Oh, I can go outside the aircraft. Look at that. Which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice being able to just put a camera outside the aircraft and watch everything. All right. So, somehow we are still alive. Despite me having no idea how we're alive. Mateo, how are you not dead? I have no idea. Oh, crap. We are going to start... We are going to start... whatchamacallit in a minute. We're going to stall in just a minute. Maybe we chill a little bit, hey? Why is that set to 200? Hello? Hello? What's your problem? Why are you doing that? What? Hello? What? There we go. All right, I want you set to 300. All right, go to 300 and chill. I'm curious, by the way, on FS Hub, what does it show me as? It doesn't say what aircraft I'm flying, so maybe FS Hub doesn't recognize it. Aircraft in flight. Yeah, it doesn't say. But, I mean... Chill, auto throttle. Be a good auto throttle and keep me at 300, please. Post this picture and this is a really nice picture. I'm gonna post well, no, I don't think it's that screenshot. Well, I guess that's the only screenshot I have. I'm gonna post this picture into Discord and be like, hey, how am I not dead? You took off right after you landed from your first flight, did a quick turnaround, and now you're hurrying up to catch up to me. Yeah. Let me see, is there a GIF I can maybe put this? How are you not dead? Well, we are now over Michigan. We are absolutely flying to Cleveland. No pun was intended. We're about to go right over an airport, apparently. It's kind of nice to have this map. I kind of like how it's like a paper map. Granted, I kind of wish that wasn't there. I wonder if there's a way I could turn off the character. VFR day. Okay, nope, that's like Google Maps. Normally I wouldn't play with this, but I figured that for this first flight it might be kind of nice just as like a reference of where we're going. As of right now, we are following the INS, and we should be at waypoint 2 in about 1 minute, so that's nice. I'm going to be back in about 1 minute. Don't go anywhere because the landing is going to be dangerous. Alright, now we should have just made it to waypoint 2. Alright, I'm going to turn the audio down just a little bit because I don't know how loud it is. Let me do a quick audio check. La 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 la. Alright, I'm going to turn the audio down just a little bit because I don't know how loud it is. Let me do a quick. Why does my microphone sound like it was made in like 2008? Like 1995? I smacked my microphone, yeah. Mateo, smack the thing you're trying to fix. Could it be I'm talking too close to it? No, I think it's fine. Mateo, okay, maybe... No, it's completely fine. My ears are just deceiving me. My ears are completely deceiving me. Microphone is working just fine. I need to replace these cables because these cables are like 1,005 years old. I mean, like literally 10 years old. Microphone, how are you not dead? All right, we're almost up to cruising altitude. We were supposed to be at top of climb like probably 10 minutes ago. But that's okay. So I need to read up on this because this is, this mixes the new and the old in a way that I'm not used to. What happened? How's the fuel doing, by the way? I felt like we didn't have a lot of fuel, but I think we might be okay. Surprisingly, everything seems to be fine. All right, well, you know, while we're flying, let me see if I can find this one switch I was looking for. It is what people would call the, is it that? Gallery, lower, upper, something, something, something. Cabin interphone, okay. No, it's what people would call, the switch that makes people sit down. You know, seatbelt signs. Yes, there we go. That took a little bit too long for me to process in my head. Is that not a thing here? Do people just stand during takeoff? I mean, maybe they do. Maybe it's like somewhere else. Oxygen normal. Guess it depends. Look at that. Look at that. We're up at cruising altitude finally. I wish that there was a way to get rid of this. Can I just like get rid of this and like fold it away? I don't want it. It's just, it's an eyesore in my opinion. All right, maybe it's like here somewhere. Warning, cautionary, caution, and something. Okay. No, so I don't think it's. I don't see why it would be in the flight engineer panel. Maybe it's out here somewhere. Out of curiosity, did they add bathrooms? They added a bathroom. Okay, 50 points. 50 points to L-1011. Because, yeah, none of those are on. So, all right, let's see if we can figure out how this thing is functioning. So, maybe it's like somewhere that's like not normal. What is that? Can I press that? I can press that? I'm not going to press it. Passenger address. There's the other INS thing. Okay. Okay. Here, let's take a look at the manual. Oh, here we go. Utility light controls the illumination of the pilot's seat area. Well, that's not it. Fasten seatbelt signs. Ooh. Interior lights next to standby power. Oh, Mateo, you dummy. You should have... See, you know, I thought... Okay, so why I didn't see this is because I was looking for something like this. No smoking. Make sure you have your eyeglasses on. Assuming I don't know what eye locator means. There we go. I wish we could like turn these on. That'd be kind of neat if you could like turn those on and do something with them. All right. Yep, no smoking signs are on. Seatbelt signs were off for takeoff. That's fine. It's 1972. It's fine. let's not get too distracted here. So that's set to radio. That actually might help me a little bit. So let me take a look at the charts real quick. I like this. I like when it automatically loads up the charts for you. It's more convenient than constantly having to search them in. What aircraft is the one that you have to search them all? I know the 727 you have to search up your airports. I want to say the MD-11 you also have to do that, but the PMDG 737 and the A320, maybe also the MD-82, but I can't remember. You can just go here and you can select your airport. It automatically loads it in for you. Anyways, let's go to approach. I see. Okay. So approach, and we're going to be doing 24 right, yeah? That's not what I meant to click. Matar. Ooh, look at that. KCLA. Search. Look at that. All that fancy information. Okay, cool. How do I get rid of you? That's not what I meant to do. I kind of wish I could zoom that in. There we go. Oh my. All right, so course is 238-11155. And I think I need to put that in up here. Not up there. No, it's. I saw it. Where do I put this in? I saw it. My brain was like, it's there, and then I don't remember where. Is it here? I don't know if it's. No, it's not here. It's. Mateo, look, you saw it a second ago where you're supposed to put in the course. Oh, here we go. Tuning. Yep. 11-11155. There we go. I don't know what that does. Ah, okay. That shows that now. Okay. All right, and then the course is going to be 238. There we go. Course is 238. Well, we're moving. Yeah. I'm sorry for saying so much. My brain is fried. I'm nervous. Excuse me. What's that? Oh, I have the hiccups now. From what? I have no idea. That's not clickable. You know what? While we're in kind of a chill spot, can I click on anything? Is there anything I can explore? There is a bathroom that we unfortunately cannot open the door to. So you know what? Because we can't open the door to this place, I am taking away 10 points taken away from Gryffindor L-1011. L-1011? L-1011. L-1011. Just like hangars and there. I gotta say, this cockpit is very like, it's very old school feeling, isn't it? I mean, besides for obviously having a big flight engineer panel, but you've got like the wood finish. It feels very like you're entering the 1970s. That's what it feels like. Okay. I'm surprised that this doesn't do anything. I mean, that might be a good thing that this doesn't do anything, but I'm kind of curious what it would do if it engine. I'm surprised that they actually bothered to animate this engine. I mean, considering that you're not really going to see it, right? In comparison to this engine and this engine, you know, obviously you're going to see these engines. And this engine's kind of hidden away. That's why I understand why FSS didn't animate this in 7.2. Kind of neat, though. Little, S-duct. And also, I kind of like how tiny this aircraft is. It's not very long. It's short. I mean, granted, it's a wide body, right? But it's, like, short. All right, I think I might be... I need to double check where I'm at. All right, so 4... we're heading 3 to 4. Now, top of descent is after 3. So... I should probably start descending now. I should probably start descending now. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So, what does it, how far down does it want us to descend to? 3,000. Okay. And I am going to manually fly this in. Even though I know that this aircraft can land itself, it was the first wide body to have self-landing capabilities. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Trijet, the British Aero, whatever. It was the Trijet, which was like the British version of the 727. Yeah, it was the Trijet that was the first aircraft with actually like auto landing capabilities. If I'm not mistaken, why can't I click that? Why? Oh, I'm done. Mateo, that's not where you change your altitude. What did I say? I said 3,000. Yeah. I said 3,000. Oh, I should probably start descending, like, right away. Because I think we're going to be over Cleveland in, like, a matter of minutes. All right, take us down. Wrong song. I meant take us down to the ground. Dancing in the cockpits. Are we descending? We are in fact descending. All right, that looks like clouds below us. There is water also below us, so make sure you don't absolutely like crash. Landing preferences. All right, I don't know what my landing is. Can I see the MATAR for Cleveland? Is 29 or 80? 2980. There we go. Now, I don't know anything else that I need to do because I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so flaps 33 landing. My landing. Does this say what my landing rate might be? I might have to calculate this manually. Landing elevation is, what's the elevation? 7, 9, or 9. Exactly sure what my land is. Does this thing say, by the way? 250. Okay. We're descending at about 3,000 feet a minute. Cleveland is just yonder over that way. Landing distance, flaps 33. Landing, okay. There's no dial. Oh, that's like full flaps, isn't it? There's no dial of flaps setting on this, which is kind of nice. I've never understood how that works. It's just such a weird thing on the MT-11 and MT-82. I'm assuming that that's not teriyaki. It's probably like Trijet or something. But I'm going to call it teriyaki because that gives me teriyaki vibes. Are you slowing down, by the way? Can I try and... Can I slow down the aircraft, please? There we go. I can, in fact, slow the aircraft down. And I am going to start taking us down way faster. Because we're going to be right over Cleveland in a minute. That's the city right there. That's Bad Mojo. Alright, I'm going to take us down to like 200. Take her down 200. Take her out. Take her down. Take her down now. Take her down 200. Take her down 200. Okay. And I am gonna... Wow, you can really descend this thing fast. Descending 5,000 feet a minute, although I don't like how I'm pitching on it. I don't like that. That at 50% flat, or I'm gonna keep that right there. I might do a loop-de-loop, I think. So I do have ILS, which what am I looking at? Sarah, what are you looking at? And that should be set to 238. No, I guess I could just do it this way. Probably faster. Oh, look at that. So much faster doing it. How do I do a heading hold? Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of a heading hold, and I'm just going to... what altitude am I going at? 4,000? Alright, I'm going to take this down to 3,000 a minute just to kind of chill a little bit. And we're going to do just like a quick hold. Just do kind of like a holding pattern. Just so that I can kind of descend a little bit more because I see the city. And the city's not going to play nice. You see, I should have descended way sooner. I went right past the top of the sun. But that's the thing about this old aircraft, I guess. But I do kind of wonder if that would have told me, right? I am curious the kind of automation that this aircraft has. That'll be something to play with the next time that we fly this, of course. But now that I have done this on stream, I can now go out and practice the aircraft off stream. I always like to do the first flight as like my first time ever doing anything on the airplane. And then after that, I can go and learn it and kind of figure it out. And then I can come back and be like, so, Mateo should not have his pilot's license. Nope, nope. No, that's too far. Oh, wait. No, I don't think I don't want to be there. No, 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 no. Okay, fine. If you want to turn that way, you're going to turn that way. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, that's actually completely fine. Actually, I don't want to be over there. I want to be kind of more aimed that way. Well, I don't know if I want to aim right there, maybe. Kind of more like 1-5. All right, we are descending down. I am gonna take this probably down to 80. Let me see. Take a look at flaps. Woo. Woo. Hitting the wrong buttons on my keyboard. Is there a thing that talks about flaps? Oh, look at that. A landing car. That's actually kind of sick. I like that a little bit. Is there not a flaps? 15 is 19 or... No, that's not flap settings. June 1988 by John Doe. Yeah, that's not it. All right, y'all. Let's remember to turn on the lights this time. So there we go. We are not approaching Cleveland. Cleveland is actually right there. I'm going to fly up to the water, and then we'll literally just follow the water in.
Flaps 4. Flaps 10.
All right. Please hold at 4,000, and don't descend any further down. Why are you going below 80? Mateo, you do not need your spoilers out anymore. Planning on a second leg today? I'm not sure. I don't know. Tomorrow, if I have time, we're going to do Run 8, I think. There's a new DLC on SoCal, and I want to run a train through it on the server just to kind of check it out. If I have time tomorrow. Tomorrow is Easter, and I don't know if I have family coming. Because the fam has not said what they want to do. We have blinking lights. Flight control panels. Hydraulic systems. Oh, gosh. Is that bad? That's bad, right? That's bad, right? That's bad, right? That's macho bad, right? Alright, I'm going to... okay. We're gonna start recording. And we're gonna fly this. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Fluid level is... That looks like it's entirely full. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I guess it could be empty, which would be a bad thing. All right, I'm gonna start a turn to the right. Yep, voila. That might have been a little bit too early, actually. Okay. All right, look at that. Yeah, okay, you know what? Did you capture that? Oh, no, I don't think you captured that. You did not capture that. Okay. Hello, can I turn? There we go. Why didn't that capture that? Maybe it was too perpendicular. That's okay. I don't plan to land with the auto land feature today, so it's okay. We're just gonna fly straight over Cleveland. Actually, I might take this down even. I'm gonna take. Oh, I'm actually 2,000 above where I want to be. Uh, 2,000? Yeah, I'm gonna descend down to 2,000. I'm gonna actually take that.
Flaps 14.
I'm gonna take that down to 160. I'm gonna take that down to 160, and we're gonna slow this bird down. I'm gonna take control of it in a minute. Okay. Oh my god, maybe we stay at 3,000.
2,500.
¿Qué es tu problema? Okay, everybody's beeping. There we go. What if I take you down to 2,500? 2,500. No, we're not landing at this airport right here. Okay, 2,500, 2,500. Okay. $2,500. Alright, so I'm gonna probably turn a heading. We're gonna turn this a little bit to the right. I'm gonna kind of swing it this way. Welcome to Cleveland, everybody. It's very dark, cold 10 months a year. And if you would like, you can come and check out both of our buildings. And buy food that is prepared near the streets. And who knows, you might even see that guy right there. Alright, I'm gonna set this to
Flaps 18.
flaps 18 if I'm allowed to. For those that have never seen the Fun Times in Cleveland video, I recommend it. It's very funny. Okay, I'm gonna take control. I need space for this. Alright, keyboard, get out of the way. Alright, moment of truth, y'all. I need to fix some of my controls because I don't have trim. Because the trim, I think that's a trim switch, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm sitting behind the seat. Mateo, you're sitting behind the seat. Yeah, see, because if I do that, ooh, no. Wow, that moves so fast. Ooh, I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to nosedive.
Flaps 22.
All right, we'll put gear down.
Gear down.
And then flaps 30 something.
Flaps 33.
Flaps 33 check. I want to trim so badly. Alright, hold on. There we go. Let's just... Oh! What the heck are you doing? Speed brakes? Why are the speed brakes moving on their own? Is that supposed to happen? We're a little bit high now, which is kind of not fun to anybody in this environment. I need to get down. I need to get down. Okay, there we go. This is fine. Kind of interested in what this sounds like from the outside. Now I'm a little bit... no, I'm fine here. I think I'm fine here. I am moving so fast, at least that's what it feels like. Oh my god. Get down. I'm going so fast. Get down. Woo! Stop floating. Am I down? I'm not down. All right, we're gonna go around. I don't look at that little runway I have left. That thing going around.
Gear up.
Why did this thing float?
Flaps 14.
Why did this float? Like, this thing just did not want to get down. All right, I'm gonna take that down a little bit. There we go. Why? Oh god. Why can't I turn my yoke anymore? Why have I lost my yoke? I can move it back and forth, but I can't turn it.
2500.
I can turn it now. Okay, that was weird. Alright, we're gonna try this again. I want to get heading. Oh my god. Woo! Why are we dropping towards the ground? can you, like, not plunge me towards the ground?
Flap 0.
Holy crap. Oh my god. What the hell? What the heck? Why are we, like... Okay, I'm just gonna take control of this. Because I don't trust you, airplane. You are doing stuff that you're not supposed to. Bad airplane, bad. Hello? What the? Why are you not working now? Okay. Why are you doing this to me, airplane? Because airplane no like you. Oh, that's right. Why are you being this way? Why are you being this way to me? All right, fine. If you're gonna hold at 192, then you're just gonna hold at 192. That's fine. All right, we're gonna hand fly this aircraft. Why is this yoke so tiny? Also, I am like pulling back with a lot of force right now. Okay, that's trimmed all the way up.
Flaps 4. Flaps 10. Flaps
There.
14.
There we go. That's what I need in my life. All right, where's the airport? Airport is off to our right. Now I don't need to give it, 100 million pounds of force. Whoa. Relax, airplane. I don't know why my... Oh, it is working. Why is it so slow? So I have a trim wheel, and it is working, but it's really slow. You need to get your life together, because you're way too high now.
Flaps 18.
Hello, can we descend at 1,000 feet a minute and not, like, completely, like, plunge me into the ground? I'm gonna take you down to 3,000. Nah, you know what? I lied. I'm gonna take you down to 2,500. 2,500. There we go. See, look at that. Not too hard, is it? Okay. I feel like we're, like, aiming for the water. They're literally aiming for the water. Alright, I'm gonna start turning to the right. If you would so indulge me, airplane. And by turning, did I say for the water? Ooh, okay. I feel like this is a roller coaster. Like, I feel like we're aiming towards the water right now. This is kind of disorienting. I'm going to put that at 120. Set that at 120, and then we'll start our turn to the right. I gotta say, the visibility in this aircraft is not wonderful. I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. I think the visibility is better than it is in the MD-82. The windows are smaller than they are on the MD-11, that's for sure. Because the MD-11 windows are huge. Absolutely massive. All right, 1,000 to go. Whoa. Whoa. No. What? Whoa. No. Alright, approaching 2,500. We are so close we could touch the tops of these buildings. Please stop descending. Why are you still descending? Why are you still descending? You're descending below 2,500. Which is really not what I want in life. Okay, well now you're going too high.
Flaps 22.
Alright, I have controls. See, why is this yoke so tiny? I feel like the yoke's really small compared to, like, a lot of older aircrafts. Maybe not like that. Gear down. Flaps 22 is already set, so I don't need to worry about that. All right, get your face down. Get your face down, airplane. You are too high. You should be at 2,500. Flaps 30.
2,500.
2,500, not checked. Alright, slow your face down. What? Why are you not functioning to me? Hello? I wonder if I need to have it set to there. No. What? Wait, what? Hello?
1,500. 1,500.
Whoa! Holy crap. Alright, I might just take control of the throttles myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not what I meant to do, but that's helpful. There we go. I feel a little bit better so far.
1,000.
I might have spoke too soon, though. my god.
50.
Okay, I mean, we're down. Whoop. Reversers are out. Oh my gosh. I wanted to go down that taxiway. All right. That was not beautiful, but that wasn't awful either. All right. According to Landing Rate Manager, that was 353 feet a minute. That's not terrible. Genuinely, that's not terrible. I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. What? Oh. Oh, hey, it did recognize that I was in a TriStar. Look at that. You were in a, a Diamond 50? All right. So. Wow. All right. So I need to figure out some things for next time. For some reason, it locks the auto throttle, and I don't know why it does that. So I need to figure out why this gets locked into place. We are now going to check out the landing. Whoa, stop. So let's check out the replay. All right, let's check out the landing. So I need to figure out this a little bit better. Obviously, I need to figure out this, and I need to get a flow down for this. So, excuse me. Let me just die real quick. It's kind of like with the 727, I've got my flow down where it's like, all right, power on, get the essentials on. But the thing is what are the essentials on here? Essentially, right when I load into the aircraft, what do I need to do? Go down here, get ground power connected, come here, turn on the batteries, get the ground power on, and then after I get the ground power on, what else should I turn on right away? In the 727, there is gallery power, there is a hydraulic button that you click, there's a couple other things that you turn on, such as lights, for example, and then after I do that, I'm pretty much done, kind of with all the electric and everything. I come over here, I turn on the you know, the, what is it, the master switches, which might actually just be that switch right there. Turn on the master switches, get the radios on, and then I can start setting up the FMC or INS, depending on whatever I'm using. And then for startup, I also have a kind of a procedure. Turn on the APU, close the circuit, make sure that the power is set to APU, and then I can start the engines. But then I also make sure that the packs are off. I make sure that the engine bleeds are on. And I guess I need to just figure out the flow. Because still, if I look at this, I'm not truly sure what I'm looking at. I'm looking at something. And I'm not 100% sure what it is yet. Because, I mean, still, if you ask me what any of this was, what that is, I would still have to look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's electronics. I don't know why it looks like this. I don't know if that's correct. But it's like that. So, all right. Let's check out the... let's check out landing. All right. So this is the first landing attempt. All right, so this is the first landing attempt. We're just going to kind of do some outside shots, kind of see, you know, what everything looked like. No, drone speed. There we go. Just kind of see what everything looked like, you know? Maybe even hear outside engine shots from a distance. Welcome to KBKL. And we're going to stay... Wow, this is a very old old model. There is a massive building, like gosh, probably like 8 years ago, they built a huge building here. There's now a big building here, and there's also a bridge that goes across here. And this, I think, has been expanded this way a little bit. Wow, this is a very old thing. Anyways, Mateo, stop talking about the scenery. Resume. I don't know where we're at. Here we go. We're right here, if you can see my mouse. I'm going to turn up the game audio so that we can kind of hear him. I'm right here, if you can see my mouse cursor. Might have to crank your audio up. You know, that sounded kind of nice. That sounded real nice. That actually didn't sound too bad. All right, let's go. Let's reset position and let's go to the airport. We'll crank the audio up as well. Those engine sounds are real nice. Okay, yeah. Now this is where I had to go around. Man, look at that. So close. Wow, did I touch the ground? I may have touched the ground right there. Oh, I got so close. I should have planted it. And then there's when I said I gotta go around. Gear up and away. All right, hold on. We're gonna do a side shot here. I got so close to touching down. So close. That's when it's floating. Oh my gosh, look at that. Inches away from the ground. All right, second attempt is this one. Should do an inside shot as well. Okay, that wasn't awful. All right, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't terrible. All right, we're going to do a couple more shots, and then we're going to check out takeoff. I might do one from inside the cockpit. Sorry, inside the cabin. That might be fun. All right, oops. All right, I guess we'll just chill right here. I'm going to crank the audio up. Man, I came in so fast. All right, let's do one from inside. And then we're going to go back to Chicago, and we're going to do the takeoff.
Flaps 14, flaps 33.
All right, so this is the... Look at that, the wings are flexing. So this is the first landing attempt. Look at how close I got right there. Oh, look at that. I mean, I basically touched the ground right there. Look at this. All right, let's back it up just a moment. I was basically touching the ground right there. So close. And then that's when I decided to go around. Woo! That was a little... positive right gear up.
Flaps
Ooh.
14.
That sounds kind of nice from the inside. All right.
Flaps
Let's go
18,
back around.
Flaps 22, flaps 33.
This is the landing, and then we're going to go back to Chicago. Look at the way that wing is flexing. Down.
Rotate.
Mikey, welcome in. Mikey, welcome in. All right. Wow. All right.
80 knots.
Here, let's do one more from the back.
Flap 0.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Look how huge that is. All right, one more. Why can't I go through the window? There we go.
Flaps 33.
All right, one more landing for the road. I kind of appreciate that I can go outside the windows. That's kind of a nice view right there. You can't join? No, it's okay. We're actually towards the end of the stream, so. We're just, we're checking out landings and takeoffs. Next, we're going to check out the takeoff at Chicago in this brand new L-1011. Oh, man. Look at how far to the left I was. V1 rotate, there it is. There it is. I mean, that wasn't awful. That wasn't awful. Could have been better, but it definitely wasn't awful. All right. Oh. Did it take 2 hours to get the bird in the air? Approximately. Approximately. All right, let's go to Chicago. All right, we took off from 28 right. You were briefly watching. Yeah, it took a minute to get this aircraft up. I need to learn flows and procedures. So now that I've flown the aircraft once, I am now authorized to do my own learning. The reason why I do these streams is to do a complete first look. Let's take a look at this airplane knowing absolutely nothing about it. I need to figure out just kind of what everything is, what should be on, what should I be turning on. All right, I'm going to stop that replay. We're going to load a replay. First L-1011 takeoff. Here we go. Ooh, we are moving. And we're going to, of course, do this from the outside. Okay. Let's listen to these engines. I'm going to turn the audio up. Yesterday was a weird day. You were coming back to the hotel when the fire alarm was going off, and then Then a couple minutes later, the fire department arrived on scene. Oh, wow. All right, we are taking off. Hold on, I'm going to back it up just a second. All right, I'm going to turn the audio all the way up. And, woo, listen to that. Hold on. Let me take that back a little bit. Obviously, everything was clear, but still interesting, yeah. It's like we had 2 code reds while we were at the hospital. Man, I gotta say, the engine sounds on this aircraft are good. Did I go live twice, by the way? I did. My first stream crashed, so I had to make it again. Man, all right, hold on. Let's listen to this from a distance now. See, when I said that the MD-11 needed beefier sounds, this is kind of what I meant. The MD-11 needs beefier sounds. This aircraft has those beefy sounds. That's because the bot announced 2 times. You were wondering, you were watching the Discord. Oh yeah, yeah. The first stream crashed. I had to make it again. So this is the second rendition. I don't think that's a word. Additions. A word, English word that I'm looking for, of the stream. Oh, listen to that from a distance. Oh, that sounded beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful sounding. Wow. All right, hold on. Let's try this again. Take a break now. All right. Addition. Isn't rendition? Okay, it's going to bother me if I don't know the word now. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Okay, rendition, I think, is the word I was looking for. Rendition. This is the second rendition. Rendition, I think, is a musical term. This is like the second rendition of a piece of music. Oh, man, I gotta just say, this aircraft sounds beautiful from a distance. Oh, no, I crashed. I'm gonna turn off landing ray manager. That happens to you all the time when you can't find the right word. Yeah. Man. Perhaps I listened to it from here. I think that might have been too far away. Mateo was like, how far can he get away from this aircraft and still hear the beautiful sounds? I just can't get enough of the sound. Yeah, see, that's what I meant when I said the MD-11 needed beef. All right, let me take a look and see if I can find the clip that I made for the MD-11. Yeah, here we go. It's gonna be really quiet, of course. Why is that really quiet? Yeah, it does have 3 engines, yep. Just like the MD-11. Why is that so quiet? I wish... There we go. Let's turn Microsoft Flight Sim off. Those sounds... I wish those sounds had... Those sounds need a little more beef to them. Those sounds... Yeah. Yeah. See, this aircraft's got the beef. It's like that Arby's advertisement. If an aviation commercial and an Arby's advertisement combined and joined up, this is the aircraft right here. Mm-hmm. Remember when you're like, yeah, exactly. They were. But this one sounds so good. All right. It was a while ago. All right, let's do one more for the road. And you know what? We're going to be right in the runway when we do it. We're going to stand right in the runway like morons. Did I like your DMs about the flight? I did, yes. All right, hold on. That wasn't as close as I wanted it to be. Where do I take off at? About right there. All right. I'm surprised I took off so fast. Did the aircraft not load? They changed the gate 20 times. I wonder if the aircraft wasn't heavy. I took off really fast. Maybe the engines are just that powerful. Oh. Okay, hold on. We're going to do that one more time. One more time for the road. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Oh. You had that problem with the 737 where it took off way too quickly? Yeah. I think my issue with the 737 is that I was supposed to do a D-rated takeoff and I didn't. I don't know if this aircraft loaded all the way. I mean, let's see. Let's take a look real quick. Oh, hold on. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I think someone's at the door. Okay, it appears that no one is at the door. It must have just been the wind. Anyways, what I was gonna say is, let's see how long it took me to take off. So there's where we started, yeah? That's where we started. And we began the takeoff roll now. So let's see how long it takes me to take off. Because, I mean, it could have been that I didn't load the aircraft properly. Maybe there was like a load aircraft button and I'd failed to click that. So we should be lifting off about right now. Right there. Okay, about right there. So we lift off about right there. Yeah, we're off the ground right there. So, I mean, I used, give or take, a little more than a third of the runway. So I'm thinking I didn't load it properly. Maybe I didn't load the airplane properly. Oh, that's a nice photo right there. Mateo the paparazzi. Alright, hold on one second. We're going to try one more thing. I'm going to reload in the airplane and we're going to see if we can, maybe there was another button that I was supposed to click that I didn't click. Here, we'll just spawn in right here. Alright. Oh, by the way, you got new controls for Christmas, and for some reason, some of the controls were working, and you're like, oh, that's odd. Fast forward 4 months later, you missed a cable. Oh, wow. Alright. Let's see if I can get this. We're going to get the GPU on.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Gear is down. Alright. So, I need to get the batteries on, and then... I love that sound. Okay, we'll get the exit power on. And let me see if I can figure out how to load this. So, load sheet. I said import from SimBrief. Oh, no, I think the aircraft's loaded. So maybe I was supposed to do a derated takeoff. Or maybe we're just super light. What is the maximum weight on this thing? 243 passengers, so we were fairly loaded. Huh. You were so mad, and you used to fly with a yoke now. It's the Airbus controls. Oh, really? I didn't even notice you wrote joke, to be honest. Actually, to be fair, Mikey, if you're speaking a Baltic language like Estonian, J makes a yo sound, so if you were speaking Estonian, you would probably pronounce that as yoke. So, I mean, J works too, depending on your dialect and what language you're speaking. Alright, what was I looking for? There was something I was going to search up and my brain just went... Oh yeah, it was Airbus makes the Thrustmaster. Sorry, Thrustmaster makes the Airbus controls. Yoke, Thrustmaster. Okay. Oh wow. So you got these ones. Oh no. So you got this one, these ones. Mateo, English. English, Mateo, English. You got that? Because if you did, that's pretty cool. That'd be kind of fun. If I didn't fly so many different aircrafts... Oh, I didn't mean to save that. If I didn't fly so many different aircrafts, having something like that would be kind of cool. But I fly so many different aircrafts, it's like... It's why I went with Honeycomb, because I can have 4 throttles, I can have 2 throttles, I could have 1 throttle. I can, like, to customize things, but that's pretty sick. Alright, what was I doing? Yeah, so the aircraft is loaded now. So, that's weird, because you see, the funny thing is that after my first 737 live stream, I started feeling the weight of the aircraft. So maybe it's one of those, I'll start to feel the weight now that I know how to fly it. And I'm going to be like, oh, wow, this aircraft's clearly heavy. We'll have to see. All right. Anyways. This is the I was going to say this is the MD-11. No, it's not the MD-11. It is a better sounding version. Don't get me wrong. TFDI did a fantastic job with the MD-11. I love flying it. The sounds aren't great. This one is wild in how it works. The sounds are fantastic. If you want a modern aircraft, the MD-11 is probably the way to go. If you want something old school, and this one's fantastic. I will still fly the MD-11 though. The MD-11 is still a lot of fun. But the sounds on this one were just ear candy. Yeah, that one with the side stick, thrust, flap, spoilers, you know, and you can add additional thrust. Oh, really? Oh, well, that's cool. That's kind of cool. But what was I saying? There was something I was saying. So far, I like the aircraft. We're definitely going to fly this again. I am going to learn this more on my own time. Now that I've done the first look stream, I am now authorized to look at the aircraft. And, oh, actually, you know what's something I wanted to do? There are 2 versions of this aircraft. The cable connected the flaps and spoilers, and you didn't have it. Oh, okay. So there's another model of this aircraft that doesn't have the lounge. And I wanted to take a look at it without the lounge. Standard cabin. Let's take a look at the standard cabin L-1011. And you know what? Why don't we go in TWA livery? Because that's a nice livery. Can I maybe spawn in? Maybe spawn in? It was hiding in the box, because why wouldn't it? Oh. All right. So, this is the TWA L-1011. Nice, fairly nice livery. Ooh. Yeah, it is a nice livery. I like the Earth. I think that's what drew me to this livery. So, this one doesn't have... Oh, I can't move around. Better late than never, right? Yep, absolutely. All right, I can't move around. I need to change my controls to Mateo Custom. Can I move around now? I can move around. So this one lacks the custom, the secret underground cabin, which, if you remember from the last aircraft, we were flying the Delta, there is a stairway down here that takes you to a secret underground lounge, and it actually takes up this cargo hold. Maybe that's why I was light. Maybe that's why I was light. It's like, Mateo, you don't have all this cargo. Excuse me. Maybe that's why. So here we go. If you don't have the secret underground lounge, this is what this looks like. At least you didn't return it and you kept it. Oh yeah, for sure.
Ready for departure.
What? Excuse me? We ain't ready for departure. The aircraft's not on. All right. Yeah. So. There we go. I wanted to just have a look at that. I think everything else is pretty much the same. 25 points for a bathroom, negative 50 points for no flushable toilet. 727 still is the best aircraft for that reason. So I think everything else here is pretty much the same. But yeah, so this was the L-1011. I had a lot of fun flying this. We are going to do a long haul in this eventually. Probably not tomorrow, maybe next weekend, we'll see. You thought it was really funny because you went to Kind, and you don't know why, mostly because yeah. Well, that airport just so happened to be the place that On Air had me flying out of in the MD-11. So after I had arrived in Texas, I would do a ferry flight to Kind, and then from Kind, I would fly back to Europe, which is where my private on-air career mode is from. So, but yeah, we are going to do a long haul in this eventually. I would like to do that. It might be a little bit scary because we're going to be sleeping in between. However, with that being said, tomorrow, if I have time to go live, we're going to be playing Run 8 because there's a brand new DLC for SoCal. And we already have it up on the server. If you, I don't know who's here. I have my viewer count hidden, but if anybody here's from Run 8, we just updated the server a couple days ago. The new map is on the server, so you all can have fun with it. And if you're here and you play Run 8, and wow, that is just so big. Those are massive compared to the MD-11. But anyways, if you'd like to join the Run 8 server, join the Discord. There's a check ride process. Once you pass the check ride process, you are a member. It's a very easy check ride. If you play Run 8 and you know basic train handling, you'll more than likely pass it. But yeah, we're gonna do eventually I would like to do a long haul in this. I should have done that with the MD-11, but honestly, I had never done a long haul before. So back in my FSX days, I only really flew the A320, and I always stuck to shorter routes. I never liked to do long routes. Well, wow. Yeah, so I never really did a long haul before, and then I did my first long haul back in, I think, February or January, and then I did my first overnight long haul, which is kind of scary. You're in a tornado zone because, like, every major building has a tornado shelter. Yesterday, today, you had heavy winds and rains and lightning. Yeah, we actually just had a tornado touchdown a couple days ago. To be honest with you, I completely missed it. I think the tornado was all that strong wind we got, and I never got the warning on my phone until later. So even though we had a tornado nearby, they never sent the warning on the weather app. And the only thing to signify a tornado was the sirens at the bottom of a hill that you cannot hear unless you have your windows open. And you so happen to be standing at the windows. So, but then the power went out, and that wasn't fun. Alrighty, well, with that said, I am going to probably fly this aircraft a little more off-screen. I might actually do another flight tonight, we'll see. Not on stream, it's going to be off-stream, and I'm going to kind of learn more well, actually, no, I might watch V1 simulations. Oh, no, maybe I'll watch did A320 Sim Pilot do a video of this? If he did a tutorial, he always does a really good job with his tutorials. We'll see. If you're going to do a long-haul stream, you highly recommend that you sleep. Keep the stream up because you don't want to stay up for like 24 hours. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, that would be my plan. So we would probably take off from somewhere, and then we would land somewhere in the United States. We'd probably land in Europe. I'm assuming it would probably be about a 10-hour flight. That would be my hope, is a 10-hour flight, and then we'll get up very early in the morning. So the flight will be tracked by FS Hub when we do it. It'll also be tracked by not on air. On Volanta, so if you're like, I wonder how far Mateo is from landing, you can look on FS Hub or Volanta, and it'll tell you about how far I am away. I usually get up very early in the morning, so when I do long hauls, I'm usually about an hour out before when I wake up. So, but yeah, we'll have to see. This aircraft might be a little interesting because we have the INSs. We'll have to really plan the route before we go to sleep. But yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for this stream. I'm going to fly this again, probably later tonight, and see if I can maybe figure out some more stuff. I'll watch A320 Sim Pilot. I'll watch V1 Simulations. V1 Simulations was so excited for this aircraft, and he said it was one of those, like, he watched the trailer multiple times because, you know, he was just that excited about it, you know? And then he got his hands on it, and he's been flying it, like, every single day for the last couple days. But, is the front landing gear off-centered a little bit? I feel like that's off-center a little bit. Maybe... It does look a little... No, I think it's centered. No, maybe it's centered. Okay, never mind. Don't listen to me. It's fine. Alright, anyways, I'm going to keep walking around this aircraft 100 million times if I don't end the stream. Next time we play this, we'll have to see. Saying I would do a long haul in this aircraft next weekend is a little optimistic. Maybe like 2 weeks we'll do a long haul in this or something. It'll take me a couple flights to get this down, but I mean, really, I just need to figure out how this works. Because I was pretty much just typing in random numbers, and then I need to get my flow of this down. When I click a button, what does what? When I want to start the engines, what do I need to make sure is on? That's what I need to do. You come back Tuesday? Nice. Yeah, nice. Come back Tuesday. But yeah. Yep. Nice to have another old airplane. Other than just the 727. I mean, yes, you have the MD-82, but to be fair, the MD-82 is like the Boeing 727 on steroids. It's literally the Boeing 727 on steroids. It's... Having flown that, the MD-82 just wants to do its own thing. It really does. But anyways, alright. This is the L-1011. I will be back tomorrow if I have no family around, because tomorrow is Easter. So, depending on what happens tomorrow, I may or may not be live. We'll be in Run 8, checking out the brand new DLCs. And, yeah. I will see everyone then. If I'm not back then, I will be back on Tuesday. With Half-Life 2, which Aqua and I started playing, and I've been having an absolute blast in it. Half-Life 2's fun. I enjoy it. More, I don't know, we played Half-Life 1. Half-Life 1's good. Half-Life 2 is interesting. It's like the world feels alive. Not that Half-Life 1 didn't feel like that. But there's something about it that I've been having a lot of fun in. But anyways, yes. So, I'm going to end the stream. Thursday, assuming that Trix is back, we'll be continuing RV there yet. And then, yeah. So anyways, I will see everyone later. Have a good one, Mikey. Happy Easter as well to you. And anybody who's in the chat, or lurking in the background. I will see everyone later. Adios.